Good morning again, everyone. It's Tanya of CuteNCuddlyNursery. I am going to add another red layer to Summer Rain here. And I'm also going to do her creases again because they look like they're missing. Okay, so I'm going to start with my cadmium red. And this is golden fluid paint. This is air dry, which I love. I rinse my brushes and my sponges just so they're not full of paint. And I don't want to color her more yellow, so we just ended with yellow. And I put a big glob on my brush. Or kind of a big glob, I guess. Okay, so, and then I need to clean that. So I don't want it super thin because I want some color there. And then if you've seen my other videos, I use, this is burnt umber. This is also golden air dry paint. It's in a tube. They didn't have the bottles when I went to buy this, and I was like desperate because I didn't want to wait. Because you never know when Michael's here is going to get more supplies. So here is the bit that I grabbed. I just want to mix it in. I want like a deep kind of red color. And then this also is harder to mix in, so you want to really mix really good. This is a really thick paint. I don't know if you can see it. It's like toothpaste, I guess, consistency. Oops, I'm getting over the edges. That's okay though. But I want like a nice, this is kind of, it's more, I guess, more red. I don't know how to get the right colors because some of them are not very red. Yeah, there's still a bit of brown in there. My sponges are trying to escape. Escape. You will be used at one point or another. I need you more than you know. Alright. If I can get that to thread back on. Put that back there. And I'll try to bring this up. It's the one in the middle, so you can see how thin or thick it is. It's separating a little. So this color you definitely want to, oops, I'm making a mess. You definitely want to keep it stirred. You gotta constantly mix it. So, okay. Yeah, I'll start with Summer Rain. I was trying to decide if I wanted to start with Brittany. So, I guess I'll come back to Brittany in a little bit. I just want to see how thick this looks. So I have my catch-all sponge. I did wash it. It's got a bit of a hole in it, but that's okay. So I got a little on the ear there. Oh, this is not taking off as much as I would like, so I had to dampen it a little bit more. I do want a little bit of pattern, but I don't want a whole lot. That's why I start with the back of the head. If anything, you know, goes wrong, so to speak, it's going to be covered with hair, so. I don't know if you can see the red there. Oh, I felt wetness on my hand and was worried it was paint. So you can kind of see the red that I added. She's got red all over already, but it's just not very much. I'm just gently dabbing the sea sponge on here. Now I wish I still had my Madison to compare them, but I don't. She left because she's a Christmas present for somebody, so she had to go so she could make it in time for Christmas. And I haven't heard yet if she made it on time, so I don't know. I know, like, on the Canada side here, they're really slow with everything. As soon as stuff gets across the border, it's usually quick to get to the destination. Here, there we go. Oh, I don't think that was in frame. Sorry about that. I was holding her back so I could look at her. A little bit more color here. Then if you lightly go over with the sponge, it'll leave more pattern. I don't know if you can tell, but it does leave more if you go over it lighter. So I just want to go, and this kind of adds like capillaries as well, this sponge. So that's why I like it too for the blushing, because when I build up the layers. And too, like I said, if you just dab lightly, it'll leave a bit more pattern than if you really squish the sponge. And I want some of the pattern still. So I'll try to bring her up here so you can see like some pattern. I keep wanting to bring her towards me, but it's a mirror on there and it throws me off. I just don't understand. So I want to do the little crease. And bring a little bit of color out. Over. She's still looking really pale. I don't know, poor little thing. We'll get some more color on you, don't worry. So I was looking at a brand new baby that someone was sharing, and the eyelids are very purple. Not like super purple, but purple. So I'm gonna have to add a bit of purple to the eyelids as well. Like I said, I really want that realism, more newborn-y realism and stuff, so I think that'll help a lot. Color didn't go in that crease very good. that's better anyway. Kind of hear Marty back there. I don't know if you can hear him. He's over on the couch. He's not over here with me today. And the heat's on even. He's over there. So, I'm just trying to get all that excess out of there. And then along her nose as well. Just adding more color where it looks like she needs more. Hopefully I'm within the frame. So I'm trying to be able to see what I'm doing as well. Okay, let's see. I need to smooth that out in there. And the brush or the sponge wasn't picking it up. A little bit more color there. Wish I had a blank one to show like the difference. A lot of people do that, show the unpainted versus the painted, and unfortunately I only have one summer rain. And a lot of kits I only make one of. Sometimes I'll order 2 kits. Especially if it's a limited edition. Right now I have my eye on the Real Born Jasmine. She's a limited edition. And I'm hoping she'll go on sale. Because I want to paint one. I was kind of on the fence about her too, but I've seen more and more people painting her, and I'm really liking, or well, I don't remember whose version it was, but I liked it. And so now I'm thinking, like, I really want to paint her as well. She's another one that's kind of got a grumpy face, and she's the Rose Doll Show like exclusive, or however you, but they still have some left, and so I'm thinking, like, I would like to order her before she goes out of stock, because I don't want to have to pay a lot of money from someone else, right? So just get her from Bountiful Baby whenever she is on sale. So I'm like kind of stocking that. And then I have the I'm not sure how to pronounce the artist's last name, but she is the Tessa by Sheila. I don't know how to. She starts with an M. The last name, but like I said, I'm not even gonna attempt. It starts with an M. And I got the head from Trueborns, and I don't want to make a cuddle. It's meant to be a cuddle baby, so you can only get the head. And I would like to make a full baby with it, though I think it would be cute as a full baby. Because I just don't really see many like cuddle babies selling. Like, I mean, they sell from time to time for people, but I mean, I just don't see them being all that popular. So I haven't even made any. I haven't even made one at all. I thought about it. Especially like with silicones, just so people can have like a silicone that's not like $1,000, but of course just the head would be silicone. But anyway, so I've been trying to figure out, because it says that it's an 18-inch baby, but I have a lot of 18-inch kits and the limbs are too big, and so even some of the 17-inch is too big. And so I was thinking that the Araya, I don't know, Aria, however you pronounce it, I was thinking that maybe her limbs would work, and I already sold mine, so I don't have her here to compare and see if the limbs actually work or not, unfortunately. But and then there's Cupcake, and so there's Cupcake limbs available right now, but just the arms. You can get the arms and you can get the head, but I need the legs too. So I'm kind of reluctant to, buy, knowing that I'm gonna have to spend more shipping on legs as well. So, and with all the expenses lately, all the birthday preparing and the Christmas coming up and those gifts, and then so yeah, I've spent a lot lately, so I can't really justify, unless, like I said, unless they come out with a pair of legs too, then I'll order. But so far right now I've been checking every day and they just have the head and the limbs still. And I don't want to buy like the whole kit, because then I'm stuck with her head, and I don't really like her head. But I guess maybe I could sell her head separately. Maybe somebody would buy it. I don't know. But that's how I feel right now. Can't believe I splattered all over the place. My pants are probably covered, even though you can't tell. But oh well. I'm wearing jeans, so it wouldn't really show up anyway. I got the titanium buff on them the other day, so I was trying to open it and the paint like splattered everywhere. So, and it doesn't wash out. Like, these have been through the wash a few times and it's still there. But that's okay. I don't mind. I'm not one of those that are, oh no, something's on my clothes, I have to go get it out now. So it's just clothes. I can always get more. So it's no big deal. Alright. I'm just going, I don't know how many times I've gone over this, but I'm not happy with how dark the color is. I like a darker crease. Especially if they're deep creases. If it's like a light crease, it probably shouldn't be too dark anyway. But like the real deep creases, they should show up a little bit more. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to do the creases on the backs of her ears. Oh, the water just all of a sudden came out of the faucet. That kind of scared me a little bit. The water tasted awful the other day. But I think, like, we get the city's water comes from the river, and ugh, it was not good the other day. It's fine now. It usually takes a couple of days whenever we get like a lot of snow, and then after that, when all the snow melts, the water is not good for a little while. Especially like when you're showering, it really smells in the shower. It almost makes you want to throw up. So I'm like, ugh. Like, well, you know, it smells like dirt. But, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, I guess. But it's just, I don't know. It's just a really strong smell. I don't like it. But thankfully, it is good now. It almost makes me not want to drink it, but if I've got a terrible, like, dehydration issue. I think I've pretty much got it down now of what I need to stay hydrated every day, so. Oh, I hope my head's not in the photo again, I hope not. Okay. So I'm just making her ear a little bit more red, like a newborn would be. Back here. Brush is trying to escape. And you just can't, I need you. I don't want it too red either, though. The ear. So I'm dabbing my brush just to get some of the excess paint off. I find that it's better to have it to dab the paint off a bit before applying it to the baby, because it goes on a lot smoother, and then you don't have like the pooling either, right? So it's really nice. I like it. But you gotta be quick because you could get possible streaking, and we don't want that. No streaking allowed. Okay, so I just want to color the corner there. I think I probably did along the crease on the other side, it looks like. Okay. And like I said, I want to make the eyelid a little bit more purpley, but I'll get there eventually. Okay, so here's the Moraine so far. I think she's looking good. I need to do the inside of her ears a bit, so I just dipped this the brush into my rinse water just so I can thin it out. So it's not too saturated with paint. And then I'll do the same to this side. Get a little bit up above. That's okay though. Summer rain now that I've got both curtains open now, and the sun is going over the house, so you can see more of how she looks to me as well. So she's looking good, like she's looking better. I'm just trying to hold her out to see how she looks so far. But I think she might need some more yellow still. I don't know. A bit more maybe. But she's getting there. Okay, so when I left, I gotta my sponge. I was adding red and also going over creases. So I'm gonna do the red layer now. I didn't realize how many videos I had on my camera card, so that would do it. I have a pretty big camera card, but the storage runs out pretty quick. I'm just making sure I'm in the frame here. And I'm gonna re-wet my catch-all sponge just so I'm, you know, ready for anything kind of thing. There we go. So I want a bit of pattern to stay. So I'm just kind of lightly dabbing. So we want to see some of that imperfect skin that babies have. On the foot. I'll probably go across the toes a little bit more with the coloring, just so that I can make them a little more colorful. I decided to view a little bit of the videos that I just was taking off the card, and there was a few where I noticed my head was like in it quite a bit, but I deleted those videos, so I'll have to make new sometime. I want to start my series of the different colors of vinyl and how to just work with it. So I know there's so many people that they think if you don't neutralize, it's like a bad word or something, like you've done the worst thing ever, like you have to neutralize, but I don't really think that's the case. And there's others out there that don't as well, but a lot of new people to reborning, of course, want to know from the pros what to do. How do you do this, and how do you do that? And when they're first starting out, sure, you get your own ways, eventually, so I mean, I followed Laura, I don't know how, Antonucci for a long time when I started. I think I've got like 20 or so of her tutorials. I even bought her silicone tutorial. I was told by another silicone artist that her beginner silicone tutorials are good. So, of course, when I wanted to start silicone painting, I bought them. But you know, I haven't even really looked at them. I think I like kind of, when I purchased the pattern, or the tutorials rather, just kind of like skimmed through it. But I haven't used them, so I haven't needed it. So yeah, I just kind of I watched some YouTube videos, quite a few, just studying basically how to mix the paint, like the consistency. Not so much of like, I'm not going off of what their colors are. I just basically use the same colors I do for reborns. And away you go. So I just needed the techniques and that was it. So I've been doing good. So yeah. I like the silicone painting. It is a lot different as far as like the paint consistency and stuff, but I use pretty much the same color. And then like with a lot of vinyl, you get a lot of different color in silicone too, depending on who pours it and what colors they use. So, but it's kind of like, silicone's cool too because they're very limited. So I think that's why they go so quickly, is because they're so limited. So it's kind of like, well, if you like it, buy now. So I only have this one, and they're so expensive. Even for the kit is so expensive, so that's why I only have one as well. So, I got my phone over here next to me now, so I just saw it turn on, so I had to look and see what was happening. Like just email notifications. I got a Christmas gift in the mail that I gotta wrap. And so maybe it's telling me that that's been delivered, probably, so the tracking on it. I couldn't believe it, like I have one too, and so it's a good thing that I kept the box for mine, because this one, Amazon just stuck the mailing address on there. They didn't put it in its own box. So I tried to like nicely peel off the label, but no, it like really stuck on there. And not only that, it was sticky from the label too, and it's on a box of its own, and yeah, like the color's different. The color on my box is pink, so, and the one that I ordered is black, so they'll just have to open it and see that it's not pink. And this is like the most like non-pink person ever, so it's kind of like, what do I do? I ordered pink for me, so, and this one's black, so like I said, they'll just open it and see that it is not pink. I wanted the teal color for myself, but all they had was pink, so I don't really mind. I like pink. I'm just going over those creases again and again and again. Creases are never ending. Except for when I seal the baby, then I'm like, well, I don't know. So I just started lunch, and I was a little freaked out because I'm like, what's boiling in the background? I'm just steaming some hot dogs for lunch, just something quick. I know people like cringe at the thought of a hot dog, but these are like a sausage. I don't know if that's any different. But they're a quick, easy snack or snack lunch to make, so that's why. I made meatloaf last night, and it was actually really good. Like, my husband doesn't really like meatloaf. I think he's just tired of it or something. It wasn't even like meatballs or anything, so I usually just make meatballs for me, and then like chicken or something for him that he'll eat, so something different. And then I'm gonna make on Friday, I'm gonna make Salisbury steak, and I really like Salisbury steak, but like my husband does not. He calls them minute steaks, and I think he had them growing up a lot or something. I know my mom used to buy the Western Family brand Salisbury steak that would come with the gravy, and you just like peel the top plastic back a little bit and let it cook that way, and then at the end peel it the rest of the way off, kind of like. But so I mean, I grew up on it, and meatloaf too, you know. I'm not sure what he grew up on, I don't remember, but I'm sure he's told me. And I just forget. I have a terrible memory. I have to write everything down and catalog everything, but that's fine. It helps me to stay very organized that way. There's just some barely there like rolls here. You can kind of see the creases, so that's why you might see me painting in the middle of nowhere, wondering what in the world I'm doing. But there is a little bit. When I turn, you can see that there's like a divot. And so I want to make sure that I get all of the creases. And I don't want to miss anything, so. But like I said before, like the deeper creases, I want to make those more prominent. So I'm darkening the deeper ones more so than the lighter. My brush doesn't have very much moisture, so I'm able to like kind of paint on the color better. I actually like that when there's barely any moisture in the brush. It goes on better, in my opinion. I like it. Oop. And I see another like subtle crease there. Just kind of adding like a shadowing, I guess, effect. I can see a bit here too. There. Okay, so how does that look? I've only done the creases here though. I need to do the foot still. There's a little bit more this direction. Okay, so yeah, the feet, I still have to do the creases. I want to mix that paint in really good. Sorry about the paint splatters everywhere. I get a little crazy sometimes with the paint. I don't want to go too far before I blend. Hopefully I'm in view. Like I said, I was watching one and I had the baby like super close to me, and I realized all you could see was my hair, so I deleted the video. It's not good if you can't even tell what I am doing. So I just got rid of that video. I feel bad because it might have been beneficial to somebody, but like I said, if all you can see is my head like half of the time or so, it's not good. Alright, if my phone starts ringing, I gotta go. Because that means it's lunchtime. And I gotta go check on the food in a bit too. Should be fine. I put plenty of water. Last time I didn't put enough water and it all boiled out, and it was the bottom of the pan was black. The inside. Because I had it up too high as well, and it's like, whoops. I mean, I've been cooking since, I don't know, really young. And even my mom, I remember when I was, I think I was like 15 when I first made my very first lasagna. And before, you know, I'd been making it with my mom. And then, like I said, when I was like 15, my mom was like, well, you can do it now. And so I kind of took over cooking from then. And yeah, I actually like cooking. I do quite a bit. I mean, I think Fridays are usually the only days I don't cook. Unless we're really busy, like if we had to go somewhere and we're out late, we'll just pick something up then. But usually I do all the cooking, so I don't know, it does get repetitive every single day. At least twice a day too. 2 meals a day that I cook. So yeah, it gets old. But what else can you do? I mean, you can't afford to eat out all the time. Like I said, Fridays we get fast food because that's our grocery day, so we're out anyway. And except for this Friday, my husband's got a work thing, and so he's got to be late, or they're late for that. And so yeah, I'm gonna be here, so I'm gonna cook something that I always cook stuff that he doesn't like when he's not gonna be here. So, and Salisbury steak, like I said, is one of them. He does not like that. And I make mine from scratch too. I like to make everything from scratch, actually. It just tastes better, and you know what's in it. You don't have to, worry, like, what are we eating? Or most people don't even check. They just, oh, it tastes good, I'm gonna eat this. Which I'm guilty of too. I shouldn't talk. Okay, so this is taking forever. More than I thought it would. But I just gotta keep going over and over and over the creases. And they'll eventually start popping up. I'm trying to take off the outer paint and leave the inner. I do need to add more blushing, of course, to this little foot. Hopefully, like I said, I'm still in the frame here. I zoomed it in so you can see more of what I'm doing. But when I zoom in, that's when I have trouble with you guys being able to see what's going on. It's because then I want to hold it differently, and then you can't see it. Whereas if it's out more, you can kind of see what's going on. And I have noticed, because somebody was saying in a group that there's, like, it looks like nobody's painting creases anymore on the babies. And I don't remember what prototype I was looking at, but it looked like some of the creases were painted, but it looked like some weren't. So, like, are they just overworking these prototype artists and they just don't have time to, like, they don't have time to paint? They gotta get to the next one kind of thing? They're, like, rushed. And so they're just skipping, like, this is, like, some of them, actually a lot of them, I should say, of the prototypes go for like thousands of dollars. And people spending thousands of dollars, they want everything painted, I assume. I know I would. And, but yeah, I don't know if they're just kind of like me and they've lost some of their creases during painting and they just didn't go back, like they didn't have time or something, and they're like, well, I gotta get this baby rooted, pre-orders come in, I don't have time for this. But yeah, I definitely have noticed that some of them are lacking, and yeah, I don't think I would pay thousands for that. They aren't complete, so to speak, right? Or they don't look it. So, I don't know, that's just what I've noticed lately too. I know there's like, I don't know, I liked Beatrice, I don't know how to say her name. Clement? Is that, I don't know if that's, but she's not doing prototypes right now because she is, she had her baby and the baby's having issues, and I just pray that poor thing is okay, that he's just so cute. And I just feel for the little ones when they, have issues. Like he's got, had brain surgeries, it's so sad. But pray for him. I forget what his name is. I think it's David. Or Daniel? I'm not sure. But, yeah. Anyways, but, like, she's one of my favorite prototype artists. And, I'm really hoping that she comes back. I mean, they use, like, the same people. It would be nice to see someone new for prototype artists. And I don't think my work is good enough to do prototypes, really. Especially with, like, the air dry. I need to get it more, I need to be more comfortable with it and get all of my techniques down, and then maybe I could see about, like, possibly, but as of right now I don't think so. I'm just gonna stick with my teaching and that'll be, that's good. Okay, I feel like I should end the video, probably because my phone's gonna ring any minute now, and I'll finish this a little after lunch. I don't have much time after lunch, unfortunately, to paint. And of course the sun is shining. I could be painting, but I can't because I got somewhere to go. But yeah, and I still gotta do my daughter's decoration still for her party. She's bummed because another friend gave out invitations and they're having their party the same day and basically the same time as hers. And so she was wanting to know if I could cancel or change days for a party. And it's like, no, I've already heard from people. The parents have already contacted me and said that their kid's going to be here. I can't just say, oh, by the way, there's another party at the same time, so I got to reschedule this one. I don't think parents would appreciate that very much. I know I would, and I'd be like, what? I planned for this. Like, you know, I like to give invitations 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks in advance, just to make sure that there's going to be plenty of time to, I'm just gonna grab it. It's getting away from me over there. They have plenty of time to like schedule, you know, if there's something that comes up with them, they can, you know, but of course if it's just a kid's birthday party, whatever else was coming up, I'm sure would be more important than just some kid's birthday party. But, yeah, I just like to give the invitations out. Oops, I don't know if that was, right away. Just so they have them and people can plan for that and everything, so it's all good. Okay, I think the little foot is looking good. So like I said, I feel like I need to end the video, but she does need a bit more creases done on her feet. But I will get there, but anyhow. I'll grab the other foot as well that hasn't been done yet. But here are the 2 feet together. This is the one I just painted. This one, of course, not. And creases and no creases yet. It's amazing what a difference like adding creases makes. And plus, this one doesn't have the red on it yet either. So, yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit more. I'm gonna check on the hot dogs first. Here are the 2 legs together. And so I gotta catch up this one. I'll paint this leg, and then the other I'll just put back. So I'll be back in another video, hopefully soon. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're having a beautiful day.